I was not really expecting to receive this award, but I want to take this award like my encouragement for me, not to change, just to keep doing, working in disaster, working for others, so that I must say I'm not that level yet. I really have to continue working and also listening to people and working in disaster, training myself. I take this award as such a great encouragement for me to continue. I felt after I became an architect, I was a little bit disappointed about my profession as an architect because mostly we are working for privileged people. I'm not saying I'm not interested in design environment, but also I thought the architects has a more social role for general public, even people who lost their houses by natural disaster. In Kobe, Japan, we had extremely huge disaster, earthquake. Over 7,000 people killed, and many of the city was totally burned fire after the earthquake. And I knew there's a former Vietnamese refugees gathering at one of the church in Kobe. So I went to this church, and they were living in very poor plastic sheet shelter. So I thought we have to design something more comfortable, healthier, but more beautiful to be accepted by neighbor people who keep living there. So that was first time I built the shelter out of cardboard tube, we call paper log house. The February 2011 in Christchurch, New Zealand, they also had a big earthquake, and I was invited to build a temporary cathedral for 700 people. I agreed to work as a pro bono project as long as the cathedral is used as a community center, not only for the religious ceremony. So that now this we call cardboard cathedral becomes a symbol of the reconstruction of the city, and also that they attract a lot of tourists now to come to the Christchurch. So anyway, I won the first time international competition to design Pompidou Center. It's a satellite museum, Pompidou Center in the city of Metz. And I decided to make an office in Paris in 2004, but it was too expensive to rent an office in Paris, so I decided to make temporary office on top of the Pompidou Center on the terrace with a paper tube structure. And I brought my Japanese student to work with French student to build this temporary office. I stayed there 6 years. I'm now in the apartment condominium I designed in Manhattan. It's called Metal Shutter House. So this was my first opportunity building in US, and when I came to the Chelsea late afternoon, there are many warehouses and galleries. They are closed by metal shutter. So I thought the metal shutter is kind of contextual material in Chelsea. That is why I decided to cover all the building by metal shutter, but it's perforated. So this perforated shutter can be worked as a security and the shading, and also in the summer, still even it's closed, we can see through, but this work was a mosquito net also. So that was a quite important commission for me in New York. And also in the US, Aspen Art Museum, we found the very interesting material. It's made of the paper combined with the resin. It's like a plywood, but it's made of paper. So I made a woven screen outside of the Aspen Art Museum using this paper. And also I designed a very interesting the space frame timber structure on top of this building. So I just found out the definition, what is a temporary, what is a permanent. If people love the building, even the made in paper, it can be permanent, as long as people love it. But if building was built even in concrete to make money, that's very temporary.